It is the final week, or what we are hoping to be the final week of our van build. We have a few last projects, including installing our bug screen from the bug wall and installing our headliner shelf from Vancillary. We are so excited to be wrapping up this, what is now turned into a 6-month van build. With our final week, we are trying to move out in 5 days, so the pressure is on, the clock is ticking, and we have quite a few projects to complete, but let's get started on the first project, the bug wall.
And help from the supervisor. Ollie, we gotta whip this team into shape.
So the bug wall comes with several of these clips, these tiny clips, and then these larger clips. And all I have to do is put the clips around the perimeter of the van shell. So we pull down the weather seal, we push up the bug wall, and we clip it in with the clips, and then we put the weather seal back up. Pretty easy.
Definitely a huge shout out to Dutch from the bug wall for hooking us up with these. These are made in the USA, which is always nice to support that. And for all the places that we plan to go in the van, namely Alaska next summer, we hear like mosquitos, mosquitos, mosquitos. So these are going to be like really nice to enjoy life on the road and really kind of make our home not just a tin can, but leave the door open and have the outside be our home.
So the thing that we learned is that getting these little clips off is a bit challenging, but using a flathead screwdriver does make it significantly easier. Not easy, but easier.
We've had to get it off a couple times because we're just not.
We're trying to make it straight. Yeah, we wanted to make it straight. Perfect time to test the bug net because the mosquitoes are out. Ta-da! Oh, nice. Perfect.
Cool.
We can unzip the whole thing, or we can undo part of it, which is awesome.
That's so neat.
Nice. All right, now the last final step is I think we have to go in and trim with some scissors some of the excess material, and then we're done. Well, actually, then we have the back one to do. So, you know.
Oh, are you happy with it? 1,000-yard stare. All right, time to move on to our rear bug wall. And this one is a little bit different, less clips because you're worried about water intrusion just because of the nature of the seal. But the direction of the seal is also pointing out, so you don't need as many to hold it up. Now, we are purposely not using the tape provided by Dutch in the bug wall, only because I have a massive roll that I purchased at the beginning of the van build, and the ones from the bug wall come like nicely rolled up. So we're gonna keep those in the van when we move in instead of a massive roll. So. Cool.
So this bug net is more than just a bug net. The bug wall also sells chill curtains. So this is made out of just plastic, clear plastic, and can be attached to the chill curtain. So it can allow you to open your doors when it's in that kind of like a little brisk, not freezing, but a little brisk, and enjoy the views while still keeping the heat inside, which is really awesome. And in addition to not just this one chill curtain, there's also this blackout curtain, and this blackout curtain would allow you to give privacy to the interior of the van while still opening up the garage, getting bikes out or whatever. So you can have this privacy curtain completely all black,
Which is perfect for us because we have our water fill right here. So let's just say we're going to like a place where a lot of people are out, we don't want to show the van, roll that up. Boom. I mean, imagine we have our bed here because we will have a bed covering here. But yeah. Boom.
And so we can either get the things out of our garage, we can fill up our water, all within the privacy of our van.
Thanks again to the Bug Wall for sponsoring our builds. Thanks, Dutch. And yeah, looking forward to kind of reviewing this over time.
Yeah.
Now for the last sort of big project in the van, big new project, is our headliner shelf, which we are partnering with Vancillary to do. Now Vancillary does make an all aluminum model that we wouldn't have to do hardly any work to install, but we need to make a custom frame, stuff like that, so we stuck with wood. We're gonna be using their DIY kit, which includes a paper template, which should make all of the curves nice and simple and a perfect fit, along with the hardware to install it. Let's see how easy it is. All right, here's our paper template. And now we need to cut out the rim and start transferring our lines. While Jennifer is cutting the template out, I am working in the van, and I am essentially just planning out our drawer fronts and drawer faces. So we're gonna be covering this up with wood, you know, kind of like all the shower work that we did in the last video, and then all these drawer fronts and faces. So basically, the van's gonna look very different, and I'm super excited for that. And it's kind of crazy how much also like the bug nets just in the morning after kind of look, they really do change the vibe of the van. I mean, just look at the back of the van. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
So we just looked up the instructions.
Just full
Perfect
simple,
timing. Yeah. There are instructions, as simple as it may be, and I'm reading through them. So the first step, we already messed up. Not messed up the whole process, but we were supposed to start with installing the brackets first, and then measuring the distance between the brackets to confirm the measurements on the sheet. So that is what I'm doing. Well, first I'm reading the whole instructions first, then we will install the brackets.
Supervisor, you're supposed to make sure that we're following all the right instructions.
Yeah, I tried to tell you that, but you know, you guys weren't listening.
I think Ollie likes that chair a lot.
She gets the view from like what's happening outside, but also what's happening inside. She's up a bit. She's by the windows.
Yeah.
Some sunshine. Loving it.
Loving it.
So we read the instructions. It was time to take off this piece and unscrew these bolts. Now the pieces that Vancillary gave us, basically they go right into here, right into those holes, and then the shelf fits directly on top. No extra cuts into the van. There you go.
Nice, all 4 pieces up?
All 4 pieces are up. And
Great.
we'll put the hooks back on.
Now let's measure.
Let's measure.
Oh, that was easy, huh? Vancillary DIY headliner kit, 10 out of 10, recommend. That's a, dare I say, a perfect fit, first try. Have we ever got a perfect fit first try? I don't think so.
No, we have not.
Very cool.
All right, so next step is for me to do the little ledge, the little lip,
Yeah.
and then for me to cover it.
You'll see we have a little bit of an extra gap on the sides, which we did cut like on the lines. And the reasoning for that is because we plan to put more of the Marathon Plus fabric from Campervan HQ, the same fabric that we used in our flares, as the underside of this, because it's like super easy to work with. It's got a foam backing, so it should look really nice too. And so that little extra gap's gonna be perfect. I'm excited to see how it turns out.
All right, so we are back with the Marathon Plus fabric. Thank you Campervan HQ for the Marathon Plus fabric. And we have this 3M high strength 90 that we spray on both sides, the fabric and the wood, and then after a few minutes we adhere it and it works like magic. So let's get to it. Okay, test fit. All right, looks pretty good.
It looks OEM.
Oh yeah, looks OEM.
Are you a Mercedes dealer on the side?
Yeah, I'm a Mercedes technician.
You freelance, that's what you do?
I don't call me.
job.
Thanks.
We are in our final couple days of van building, at least full-time van building. Who knows if we'll have like minor things to do after we move in. We've been hard at work at all the face frames and drawer fronts. Jennifer is sanding and painting. She has an inside painting session. It's a little bit nasty today. here in Florida. But I am getting started on probably the thing that's the most technically challenging, if I were to call something like that, of our drawer fronts and face frames. Let me show you. So here are all the drawer fronts of our floor to ceiling cabinets. So this, for example, is the top drawer. And so we are not planning drawer handles in this because it's right in the hallway. So it would kind of get caught on things, and we decided not to do that. So I'm gonna make a template of a drawer handle that will basically be cut out of this. So that'll be the cut. So I need to make that first, and then ideally I can make that with a router, and then you know, get the edges. I'm not sure I'm gonna do the edges just yet. Probably like a chisel or something. We shall see. But let's get started. Hopefully I can make a pretty decent template and make these drawer fronts look nice. It's just really wild that this van build is coming close to being finished. Literally, it's more than 6 months since we started. We kind of started July 1st, and it's sort of second week in December. So it's a little bit more than 6 months, but it's just crazy. Like, we literally have not taken a day off from almost entirely van building alongside other work that's going on in over 3 months. So for half of this van build, I've not taken a single day off. In the first half, I could probably count the days off on one hand. But with the holidays coming, I'm sure we're gonna take some time off, and when the van build is done, for sure. It's been about a day since I checked in with you last, and I've just been working on trim pretty much all day today. Kind of all this rear trim on the back of the door. Let me show you the progress for the trim. So here it is. I'm kind of I have two big pieces. Basically, this is the overhead piece, kind of overlooking the bed. And this is the wall. So you can see very weird curves, weird kind of angles. We're already out of daylight today, so that's pretty much gonna be a wrap for vlogging. We're still gonna work into the night, just like we have been all week, but that's all right. All fun and games. It is enjoyable work, for sure. I'm enjoying it, but it's a lot. It's a lot. I can enjoy it and also feel like I'm overwhelmed and stressed at the same time. I mean, just look at it, folks. It's looking really good. All right, it is the last couple days of our sprint here. We're basically moving out of the house in a couple days. Literally 2 days. Today's Friday, we're moving out today, tomorrow, Sunday. And this is what the van looks like. Kind of a disaster with all the trim pieces around. But that's what today is about, is just basically finishing the trim, installing a lot of the trim. And the first step is our drawer fronts for our kitchen. So the big thing here is I just need to make sure all the doors open. And without further ado, let's install it.
We are assembling the drawer fronts and wanting to make sure that they are evenly spaced. So we have a 1/4 inch piece of wood at the bottom to kind of shim it, so that way we can use that to like balance it. And then we're going to use this L bracket for an 1/8 of an inch spacing here. And the reason for that is that this drawer will still cover this green piece right here that we have, and it'll cover up here.
Let's do it.
Yay!
We don't have the hardware yet, so we're just gonna use double-sided tape and then screw it in.
Yeah.
Check it out!
We have a drawer with a face. Oops. It looks so good. And we have handles coming. They're in the mail.
Good job.
Nice.
Alright, let's do the top one now.
And the top one.
Hey, look at that!
That looks awesome. And we have anti-slip mats in because, you know, the road. Beautiful.
The really tricky part with this one is that there's just really not much room, and I think that's one of the things that we're learning about this van build is like the act of saving space and trying to use every available inch is what makes things so much more difficult. We only have 5/8 of an inch on each side, so basically there's not that much room. And basically, if they come in a little bit, the drawer slides hit the face frame, which we can't have. So I'm basically having to like make sure all the doors open without any rubbing. And that's a very particular process. And then I have to put this nail perfectly in the 1/2 inch of wood. Who knew construction would be so tough? Good, 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 good. Are these the very first items we're putting into our van?
Yes, into my dream kitchen.
This is a surreal moment.
I know. All right, I'll be back for more.
Sounds good. All right, to finish up our headliner shelf, we have some hardware also included in the DIY kit. And yeah, so I'm basically going to be screwing through where the brackets are and then putting some bolts. And then I think we're gonna be all done. All right, it's time to finish the headliner shelf. The last step is going to be securing our trim. And so last night I kind of took the piece of trim that I've been working on off and on for a few days, and this is basically gonna go right up here, and we're gonna fix it with glue and nails. So let's finish this project. We made coffee in the van and tea in the van for the first time this morning.
First time ever.
Still at the house, but like we've moved a lot of kitchen stuff in here. And so it's pretty crazy.
A little surreal.
Very surreal. And with that, our headliner shelf is complete. It's already filled up with so much stuff as we've been moving into the van. It's just crazy how little space we have when all things are said and done. Just in an 80 square foot van. There's not that much room, even though we've prioritized it. Let us know what you think of the final results in the comments below. We appreciate you guys watching this video, and it feels just kind of like the end of a marathon in a way. Coming up to this point in our van build, we're gonna get a lot of use out of our bug net and out of our headliner shelf. So make sure if you guys are in the market to look for those, you check out the bug wall and Vancillary for that, because the products are just made exceptionally well and exceptionally thoughtful. And with that, we're gonna sign off. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video as we finish our van build, the last van build video, as we pick up our custom bed.